Hello, everyone, and welcome to Christmas in July. My name is Jennifer Long from Be So Inspired, and I am so excited to be starting the Silent Night Sew Along, and then following it right after is the Silent Night, the Greatest Gift Quilt Along. So this month in July, we are sewing together the Silent Night felt panel. This is a felt panel I designed through Riley Blake Design for a collection called Silent Night. It shipped in May 2023. And this collection you can get in shops now, online. So if you haven't got your panel or two or three, grab them already, and you're going to want to join us in this July. If you're catching these videos late, these videos will always be posted. So I'll give you all the information today. Today is week 1, so I'm so happy that you are here. My name is Jennifer Long from Be So Inspired, and we're about to get started. All right, so a couple of things. You might want to grab a cup of tea. We're just going to talk today about what you need. It's week 1 for the sew along, and we're going to talk about what you need, where you can sign up so you don't miss any of the extra tips and tricks, how it all works, and how we're going to support you and all the things. And there'll be some supplies you don't have at home that you might need. So let's get started. The first thing that you're going to need is your felt doll panel. So if you haven't picked one up already, like I said, you can Google where you can find a Silent Night by Jennifer Long, Be So Inspired by Riley Blake Designs, and grab yourself a panel or two. This is an extra large felt panel. It's just adorable. It has lots of characters in it. We're going to do lots of different things with all of these characters. And then it also has a play mat and bag in there as well. So it's going to be lots of fun. We're going to do this panel for the next 4 Wednesdays. So every Wednesday there will be a live here at Be So Inspired, a video on the YouTube channel and on the Facebook group. So you can follow us on both places or either place. But if you want to like and subscribe to the Be So Inspired YouTube channel, you'll make sure not to miss any of the videos that come for this panel. And every Wednesday we'll be doing a video. So you'll want to get your panel number 1. Number 2 is you'll want to go get your free PDF download instructions. So all you need to do is go to the Be So Inspired website, and under the Fabric Collections tab, which is the second tab, you'll just click on Silent Night. It looks just like this, Silent Night, and then it'll show you all the things. There's like blog posts for Silent Night, there's accompanying patterns, there's free PDF panel instructions, there's sew-alongs and quilt-alongs. So you'll want to do 2 things there. You'll want to go and download your panel instructions, which look like this, and we'll work through those together. And then you'll also want to sign up for this sew along. So on a second tab, it'll have the sew along sign up, and you'll want to sign up for that. So we don't spam you with anything for that email, just so you know, but you will get an email every week for these 4 weeks from us. And that email gives you the link to all the things. So it'll make sure that you've downloaded this, make sure you've seen the videos, giving you any extra tips and tricks or any extra downloads. These videos are meant to inspire and support you, but they are not all of the details in there. They are just giving you the visuals for the extra tips and tricks that maybe that aren't written in the pattern, or that you need to like see to demonstrate. So it kind of all works together, and I hope that you will sign up for the sew along as well as get the free panels and watch the videos. So those are the 2 things to do. You got your felt panel, you've signed up and downloaded your instructions, and you've signed up for the sew along. Once you have that, well, we're ready to go. Get Christmassy. I should almost have some Christmas music playing in the background, don't you think? Who loves sewing Christmas in July? I actually really do. And this is a great project for July because some of the stuff that I'm going to encourage you to do on these panels, you can actually take somewhere. So I love that in the summer when you're going to the beach or the pool, or you just want to sit out on the deck, you can do some embellishment on these with some hand embroidery. And I just thought it was perfect for the month of July. You know, maybe we're traveling in the vehicle, maybe we're camping or whatever. And this is just a great project to take along. So grab yourself a panel or one for each grandchild or all the things. Excellent. So on both the instructions, on the second page, it gives you the supply list, but also it gives you the supply list on when you sign up for the sew along. It's 3 pages. It gives you the schedule here, and then it also gives you the supply list. So not very big supply list, but a little supply list that you need. So I'll just put those off to the side. You need one felt panel or more. And then you need a half a yard of some yardage. And this is just to line the bag. So like line, not the bag has a front and back lining, but line the pockets of the bag. So you can choose any fabric that you want. I think I'm going to use this tossed from the collection. It's just so adorable. It has all the characters in it, but you can use any of the fabrics that you want. I just have a couple of them here. Aren't they beautiful? So I just have a couple of them here, but you can use any of the fabrics you want from the collection or any of the scraps that you have at home that match for the lining of that panel. Then you're going to need the same size as the panel, a craft felt. So I have a Heat and Bond Craft Extra Firm. So it looks like this. Craft and Bond Heat Extra Firm, although you want to make sure that it is large enough. So this is 20 inches by 1 yard. It's just a package, but you'll want to get more than that because you'll want to back pretty much the whole panel with it. So I also have it here like in yardages. So that's what I'll be using. I just wanted to show you the package so that you could see what it looked like. But you don't have, it does not have to be heat and bond. But if it is, I want you to be very careful when you heat it, and you'll have to watch a little bit later into the video how we do that, because you'll only heat on the backing side of this and not directly onto your felt, because the felt has acrylic in it and it can melt. So you want to be very careful. Always do a test. So if you prefer not to even try with your iron, I've used the iron and I'll show you here, but if you prefer not to try it, you can just use a spray adhesive to stick a craft felt on it. You just want some stability so the dolls aren't too floppy. So that's why I have this Craft Extra Firm. So they're nice and strong. Inside, it's like, what's in the middle that counts, right? So something nice and strong in the middle of your dolls. Plastic snaps for the closing in the bag. You can opt to use Velcro as well too. Plastic snaps are really, really safe and fun and great for gross motor. So is Velcro. So either option. I just love the look of the plastic snaps also, and I like the safety aspect of them. So either of those would you need to close your bag. And I put some optional embroidery floss, and this is a fun option. This is great for sort of like middle years children can help you with this too. So I have some great Aurifil colors that match here and in the embroidery floss. And we're going to talk about making details of this sew along as well on our dolls. And then you'll just need a basic white, any color really is fine, but I have a pile of white here, craft felt for the back. So this is just to back your dolls at the end. So they will be a flat doll. So if you haven't been exposed to what a flat doll or a felt doll is, it's like a paper doll. So my sister and I used to collect paper dolls when we were growing up, and we played with them everywhere. We traveled to our grandparents and we played with our paper dolls. But what often happened was their necks got really floppy, maybe their hands got ripped, the tabs on their clothes got ripped off. And, it kind of got frustrating when you're playing with a doll and then her head was like ripped or we had taped or reinforced. So the beautiful idea behind felt dolls is that you can't tear them, especially when they're backed. And they have basically a 3-layer sandwich, so you cannot tear them. Because you have this in them, they have stability and they are nice and strong. So they are really firm, but they are not like thick. So they're still really flat. They're great for on the go. This has a little flat carry bag, so it's great to take to church the whole month of December if you're going to for a quiet time for play. It's great for giving one day a month in December as we count down the days. There's just so many wonderful uses for felt dolls. They're also great for applique on projects, maybe on a stocking or anything like that too. Christmas tree ornaments. So pretty excited to be sharing these felt dolls with you today. All right, so those are the things that you're going to need to do this month, to do all the projects that we're going to talk about with these felt dolls. Your homework for this week will be to gather up those supplies and prep them. So you can do it one of two ways. The instruction says that you can cut on the dotted lines each doll out, and then we are going to back it next week. Or you can back it now with a large piece of Heat and Bond Craft interfacing and then cut it out, which is actually what I have done here because I feel like it's just a little bit easier to handle when they have some stability for embellishing. And I want to do lots of embellishing on this set of dolls. So I'm just going to show you here. So I have already, you can see it's already much firmer. I've already pressed this sheet onto the back of this whole panel, and then I'm going to cut it out. When I press it, like I said, I did a test first before I started, and I only pressed on this white side with a cool, no steam iron. And make sure you do your test first. I cannot stress that enough. But the last thing, and you don't want to hold your iron for a very long time. You just want to kind of go over it fairly quickly and then check. It doesn't have to be glued super, super, super tight, just enough so it's stuck because we're going to be sewing the sandwich together. So you don't have to like really, really, really glue it, just so it's like a little bit touched so that you can work with your dolls a little bit easier. So you can do it this way first and then cut out each doll. So that is what I did here. I'll just show you here when I've already started stitching it, but I've already, see it's nice and firm. Look, it almost looks like a cardstock now. I've pressed that on and I've cut around the doll. No backing yet. Backing will be the last step after we do everything. So just stay with me. So you don't need to do any embellishments. All I want you to do is either cut your doll out and have all your supplies, or back. It's up to you if you want to try. This option is backing it right away and then cutting the dolls out. So just cutting this week. Really, really fun, and getting our panels together. If you haven't got your supplies yet and you're waiting for them to come, don't worry. We can cut out together next week as well when we're right into it and showing all the things. So how the weeks will work, I'm just going to grab my little sheet here again. Next week, we are going to be adding the details. So it's the really fun, like on the go week. Then we're going to be talking about in week 3, the bag and embellishing the bag, preparing the bag. And then week 4 is we're putting it all together. We're doing the finishings. We're finishing the dolls. So you have the 2 weeks to embellish your dolls because depending on how much you want to embellish them, you might want to do like lots of fancy stitching on them or maybe none at all. So maybe you want to add some sequins or some sparkle somehow. So we'll talk about age appropriateness, safety, and all that stuff in the coming weeks for there. But I just wanted to make sure you got all your supplies. This is going to be a great July sew along. I am so happy you are here. Again, my name is Jennifer Long from Be So Inspired. And this is the Silent Night Fabric Collection. So thank you so much for being here. I love to hear your comments. Please share with me. If you are starting along, please share on social media and tag at Be So Inspired. That way I can make sure I see you. You can also use the hashtag Silent Night Fabric, and I follow that hashtag as well. So that way I can also see you. But I'm so happy that you are here. Thank you for joining us in July, and looking forward to Silent Night Panel Sew Along together this month. See you soon. Bye for now.